Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go ahead and make this 4x4 post support. This would be one of those supports that you would have on a porch to hold up a 4x4 fence post. You bolt this gadget down to the ground to a concrete or wood deck, and then you set a 4x4 post in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our drawings. So in our drawing, you can see our measurements. We've got a front view, a right side view, and those are very similar, and a top view. Our top view is looking down from above, and as you look over here, here's our isometric view. So there's the correlation between the front and the isometric, and then there's your right side view. This view will be right over here on your isometric. And your top view will be what you see looking straight down from above. We take a look at this to begin with. We can see there is a rectangular outline with a double wall rectangular center. Closer inspection shows us that those rectangles are actually squares, as we have a 6" by 6" overall dimension. And then the inside section is 3.725 by 3.725. And this dimension right here shows us that the thickness of this thinner section is 50 thousandths, 0.50 inches. With 4 holes visible from the top. They're all 0.380 inches through. That means they go all the way through the material. And there's 4 of them, 4 by 380 thousandths through. They're 1/2 inch from the side and 1/2 inch from the other edge. So they are evenly spaced 0.5 inches from all edges. And they have a 0.125, 1/8 inch fillet that is described here as typical TYP. So that means that all of the fillets are going to be of that size. The first thing we're going to do, looks like the easy way to do this would be to draw this view on the top plane, and we're going to pull up. So I'm going to head on over here to the blank workspace. I'm going to create a sketch on the top view. We're going to look normal on that by tapping N, and we're going to hide those planes by tapping P. I'm going to go over to my rectangle tool. I'm going to grab my center point rectangle, which is the shortcut key R on the keyboard. I'm going to click on the origin and draw actually I'm going to go 2 rectangles. First one's going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. And the second one, I'm going to draw back, it's 3.725. 3.725 by 3.725. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and fillet the rounds. The rounds are an 1/8 inch, 0.125. You can see that there. So go ahead and get that fillet tool. Sketch fillet is right here. Click and release, click and release. And I'm going to change that value to 0.125. I'm going to continue. I don't have to put the dimension in the first time. After that, they'll all be the same unless I change the dimension. So the first fillet I put in, I clicked on to produce a dimension. And then all of the others, they're already dimensioned that makes the same. I'm going to pull that number out where it's easily read. I don't like that, but I'll put it there. All right, the next step, as we look at our drawing, so we've got the outline, we've got this intersection. Now we need to go ahead and make the offset for the thickness of the wall. It's 50 thousandths. Go in, use the offset tool, take the offset tool, I'm just going to select everything in there. And we're going to go in distance of 0.050 and escape. Drag those numbers somewhere where they can be read. Make sure this is nice and clean. If possible, keep the dimensions off of the object when you're dimensioning. It makes for cleaner, easier to read drawings. There you go. It's a little better. So, all right, so I got the outline, the inside sections, and now I need to establish the holes. So we've got 4 holes, the last feature on the top view. So there are 4 holes, 380 thousandths thread, and they're 1/2 inch for each side. We'll draw circles. And the first circle, I'm just going to, I'll put a dimension on. I'm not going to worry about the rest of them. We'll just use an equal constraint for those. Notice that I am using the inference constraint. Make these equal. Okay, so now those are all equal. What I did is I drew the first hole, gave it a dimension, 380 thousandths when we drew it. And then I drew each additional hole, and I made sure that each hole lined up using the yellow inferencing tool. So the center point of that one lines up with the center point of this one. And the center point of this one lines up with the center point of both of these two. And they're all equal. So if I change that dimension, they all change together. Now let's change it something more obvious so you can see it from before. So you see they're all the same. So that was 0.380 is the correct measurement. All right. And there you have it. So they're 380 thousandths, though their location is currently not set. So I'm going to mention that. Again, when we mention the location of circles, we're going to go to the center point. Click on the origin of that circle, the center point of the circle, and the edge of my part. And that was 0.5. And then from the center of the circle to the edge of the part is 0.5. Now we're going to go grab each other circle to see how they're moving. These still go up and down, so I need a dimension, a vertical dimension. So center point to center point, 0.5. And these two circles are still moving left to right, so we need a left to right dimension. So let's go ahead and put the set dimension there. All right, everything is turned black, so I know that I've done this correctly. At least I'm fully constrained. So let's go ahead and name that. Call that base plate. And grade check. And let's go ahead and extrude it. So let's see how far it needs to extrude. So the bottom needs to extrude a thickness of 0.1 inches. And the overall height goes up 3.725. So 0.1 and 3.725. So we'll extrude the bottom 0.1. And we'll call that the base plate. And giving things names helps. I'm going to turn the sketch back on so I can see that intersection. Ooh, look at that. Ah, I made a mistake. It didn't include the inside of that wall when I did my extrusion. Well, it's a good thing I caught that now. Go back in there. So we need to add fillets. Using the same fillet size as we did before. So no need to change that. All right. Glad I saw that. So there we go. All right. So now it's going to be a matter of extruding this section, these walls up to the height shown on the drawing, which I forgot what the number was, so we'll look back and see. It was 3.725. Extrusion, 3.725. Now we'll just call that walls. Check. Pretty good. If you wind up with two separate parts when you do that, make sure that you are in solid extrusion and that you're in the add for this part. So the first extrusion should have been a solid and new, and your second extrusion is solid and add. Now it's just a matter of adding the holes for the sides. I can hide this original sketch, create a sketch on one of the sides, create a sketch on one of the sides, and this side is the front. So we'll call, looking at the front view, we see that there are two holes, an inch in from each side. And as you can see in the right side view, it says 4 times 250 thousandths. So diameter 0.250, there's 4 of them, so all 4 holes are the same diameter. There are 3.225 from the bottom in the front, and 1 inch from the side in the front. So I need to put a couple of holes. Line them up with each other. And they were 1/4 inch. And we're equal to each other. So I hit the E key, tap both circles. And now, when I drew them, I made sure they were lined up with each other. So now it's just a matter of dimensioning. From the bottom to the center, which was 3. What did that say? 3.725. 3.725. That ain't right. 3.225. I read the wrong dimension. 3.225. And then we're 1 inch in from each side. So 1 inch. And 1 inch. There you have it. So we'll call those front holes. And then we'll extrude the front holes. No, not sketch, extrude. Extrude the front holes. As I remove, solid, remove. We go through all. And all those front holes. And those go all the way through. And now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So I create a sketch on the right side, which will be right holes. And then we'll come in and look at the right holes. So the right side holes, there are still 2 of those. They're still 1/4 inch in diameter. They're still 1 inch from the edges, but they are 2.725 from the bottom, 2.725. So 2 holes. Equal each other. Dimension from the bottom to the center, 2.725. And they're 1 inch from each edge. And there we have it. Green check. And we're going to extrude. Right holes. Again, a solid remove through all those right holes. And they're done. And there you have it. So this part is going to be our 4x4 post support. And now all we got to do is add a material to it. Looking at our drawing, you can see it says the material is steel. So assign a material. Down here, look for steel. You can type in. We're looking for just plain steel. Come on, no, I don't want 300 stainless. I'm looking for plain old steel. No special, nothing, just steel, steel, steel. Where'd it go? Come on. Read out of the S's. PQRRRS. S. Steel. There you go. So steel, name steel, density. Okay. What's this do for us? Hit that mass properties, click on the object, and now I can see that the mass of this object is 1.385 pounds. So if you did this model and you get 1.385 pounds for your final product, you will have done it correctly. So good luck, have fun, and as always, keep being awesome.